and the slides. Today we're talking about the thug passion. But let me tell you guys, the first one to get Aqua Honor to 1,000 subscribers have a book of her choice. You got the Thug Passion, you got Angels in the Time of Trouble, and you also got Black Titanic, all written by And the reason I'm playing this song is because my grandfather used to sit me on his knees almost daily in crying. He would be thinking about his sister that was on the aboard the Titanic that drowned. So you have a choice of that book. Also, this book. So here we is, Kenya Moore. This reality blur, y'all. Kenya Moore is telling Kenya Moore is really giving her some advice, but she's not gonna take it. Let's see. Let's go down here so we can find this. So, Kenya Moore recently shaded Cherie judgment when it came to choosing a good partner, noting that she only wishes the best for her friend. I want Cherie to be happy. I want her to pick better. I think she's a good pick, but doesn't think she's a good picker. Kenya said Cherie was previously linked to ex-con Tyrone Gillian throughout season 14 before Cherie ultimately called it quit after he infamously stood her up. Cherie responded to Kenya's critique. Oh, she better take up for her baby, explaining that Kenya doesn't have a right to judge Martel as the two didn't even know one another. She also she said they didn't even know each other. She also brought Candy Burrow's husband, Todd Tucker, into the equation, using his rocky start with the group as an example that first impression isn't always accurate. Okay, she brought Todd Tucker cause Candy's mama kept shading Todd. Oh boy, but anyway, she's taking up for her man. You got y'all leave him alone. But Drew had some questions about, wait a minute, let me back up, y'all. All right. It's so funny because they don't know him, Cherie told the outlet. But I mean, no one was a big fan of Todd when he first came in. I'm in a good place. It's so funny that Kenya disapproved of Martel because every time she would text me, I would talk to her. She's asking about him. So then to get where she is now, and some things that happen is kind of crazy to me, but hopefully everything can be worked out. Well, she just didn't think he was serious because he was in her inbox. He was in her inbox trying to get with her first, Cherie. So, you guys, this is. Oh wow, I'm gonna play this music on. Yeah, Cherie, y'all check them out now. Cherie and Martel, they looking good together to me, you guys. A lot of you guys question whether relationship are real. I think it's real, even if it's just, what y'all young people call it, with friends with benefits. Yes. This is by the Bravo Shade Room. It says Cherie supporting her man Martel in his magazine. See? The Bravo Shade Room. Yeah. She's supporting him for his magazine cover, Celebration. So we all sing it. Too hard, I've been going too hard now. That music. Anyway, this coming from Justice or Shaquilla Robinson. Well, looks like Carlos at Carlos the King. Did you know you were nominated for a #view for Best Reality TV Production? Wow. I got a little inside tea. And the people said you and Mona Scott Young were in the lead. So Carlos got to be proud of that. He's been nominated for Best Reality TV. Go, Carlos.
Always choose you. And sometimes choosing you means you have to leave certain people behind. It doesn't make them bad people. It doesn't make them horrible people, okay? It just makes them people who you recognize that at a certain season in your life, they were there for you. And you needed them. But as you continue to grow into who you want to be, as you become successful, and as you reach your highest potential, and as you continue to grow and grow into the person that God blessed you with, you're going to realize that certain people cannot go on this journey with you. And what's interesting about all of that is they're going to expose themselves to you, okay? You're going to begin to make excuses for them. Well, that's just who they are. That's them. Oh, those jokes they're saying, they don't really mean that. Unfortunately, as you continue to grow and rise up into your success, some other people, whether it's family or friends, you're going to realize that they're jealous of where you're going. And because no one wants to admit to the J word, okay, they're going to blame you. They're going to say things about you in mixed company. They're going to allow people behind your back to talk about you, and they get to join in on the conversation. So it's very important for you to know that when that happens, you shouldn't be sad over the death of the friendship. You should be sad because at the end of the day, it is going to be a situation to where you just can't come back from.
That's right. Let's see what the... Wow, Carlos. Wow. That's a word from Carlos, you guys. I received that. He is so true in what he's saying. Let's see what somebody is saying. What are they saying in here? Prayer still works, says Russell. Yes, it does, Russell. And y'all know Carlos is asking, should Robin be fired? I don't know why, but he is.
Today, because I am pissed. Robin admitting that she hid her story from the world on the show that pays you is a slap in the face to everyone involved, including the audience.
Hold it, you guys. Is Carlos serious? His whole cast on Love and Marriage Huntsville is like that. The Scotts. He told the Scotts that all they got to do is show their business. They don't have to do their personal life. And then you got Destiny. She set up there season after season, not saying anything, but mail. Carlos, look at your own show. What they say, pluck the beam at your own eye, but you can talk about somebody else.
And the fact that you have the audacity to go on your podcast to reveal this, we spent this entire half-assed season with these made-up storylines about Chris Bassett. And yes, I'm going to say made up, because I, allegedly, was told that a few of the housewives had a meeting before filming about what the storyline was going to be, and that this Chris Bassett stuff was part of that conversation. I've always said there was something off about this season, and now I know what it is. None of y'all are living our real lives. Your admission, Robin, has proven the fact that Potomac is nothing but a show about women exposing each other and throwing each other under the bus. It's not about real friendships, real relationships, or your real life.
Am I dreaming or what? What about Love and Marriage Huntsville? You got Tisha going after Mel. You got Kimmy saying that Martel, he's abusive to Mel. Yes, she say he's a good man. You got the whole cast just dragging one lady down. That's Mel. Let's keep it going.
It's not about that anymore. I feel like the only persons who really want to give their real lives and really are looking for a connection with the cast is Candace, Wendy, child, even Mia.
There you have it. That's Carlos. You talking about the Real House of Potomac, but he need to take a good look at his own show. That's Destiny in her blue looking all gorgeous. Go, girl. And then you see Martel, Holtz, and Sheree. That's Sheree from the Real Housewife of Atlanta with Martel. Martel is her new boo. They look good together, you guys. And there you have it. You go, girl. Allegedly, things didn't go too well for Destiny. She's posing in this picture, but allegedly the producer asked her to stay away and stay out of filming. So it looks like Carlos has fired her. And of course, y'all saw Wanda. Wanda went on live saying that she wasn't kicked out out of her grandson's birthday party, but she got there late. That's why she don't have no pictures with him. But here's Destiny standing up there, and they're saying that allegedly producer told her that she cannot film.
The marital home together, and we were working through, and it wasn't working. And so I decided to leave at that point because it had just gotten so bad. So to clarify, I know people were saying, it was cold for him to file for divorce 3 weeks after, but I was the one that made a final decision to finally just say it's enough. Enough is enough.
So, did y'all hear that? Yeah, this girl lied. This girl been having us to think that this man left her when his baby was weeks old. But she and filed for divorce. Now she's saying to clarify things. She was the one left. She was the one that filed for the divorce. So she left this man. I didn't want to say nothing, but allegedly she was in love with someone else. She has never been in love with Lil Barry. Oh boy, lies she tell. So this is Melody from head to toe, you guys. Look at Miss Melody. Oh, Martel, you have such a beautiful wife, a beautiful family. But anyway, right here he says, oh, tell me, Cassandra say, oh, tell me, this beautiful queen not killing it from head to toe. Well, God got you and you got God. Nothing but God comes from that kind of relationship. Melody, I know you're not perfect, but I do know your light is shining. Yes, it is, Matthew 16. It's too bad they don't show more of what she's doing, says a lady on the show, because she has a lot going on for her, but they try to focus on petty things on the show only. Yeah, she's about the only one that got a lot of good things going. But anyway, you look beautiful, Melody, and happy birthday, boss baby. This is Henrietta Lacks. Nobody asked Henrietta Lacks for the consent to use her cells in research in 1951. And shockingly, consent is still not always required in the United States. They did this later on, man. They use her cells all over the world, yet never paid her. She died broke, just like her kids. Okay, let's go. That day in Erica Johnson High School biology class, 20 years ago, it's seared into her memory. The teacher was leading the students through experiment involving cells from a widely used line known as Hello cells. The cells originated from tissue taken from a woman named Henrietta Lacks, a black woman, and Johnson's mother was a Lack. This is my great-grandmother. I'm holding in my hand. Johnson remembered feeling it was very surreal situation. Can y'all imagine that? The family never knew. Last month marked 100 years since Lack's birth. She died in 51, age 31, of an aggressive cervical cancer. Months earlier, doctor at the Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland, had taken samples of her cancerous cells while diagnosing and treating the disease. They gave some of that tissue to a researcher without Lack's knowledge or consent. In the laboratory, her cells turned out to have an extraordinary capacity to survive and reproduce. They were, in essence, immortal. The researchers shared them widely with other scientists, and they became a workhorse of biological research. Today, work done with Hello cells underpins much of modern medicine. They have been involved in key discovery in many fields, including cancer, immunology, and infectious disease. One of their most recent applications has been in research for vaccine against COVID-19. So they're using Henrietta Lacks cells now for COVID. But the story of Henrietta Lacks illustrates racial injustice. Lacks was a black woman, and they never did tell that woman that they were using her cells for research, nor her family. She died broke, and the family died broke, and they still refuse to compensate any generation that coming from Ms. Lack, and they're still doing research off of her cells. Anyway, Henrietta Lacks is this week Black History Spotlight.